Hi everybody, Dan Illman, Mike Beer. We close out the Friday card at Aqueduct with race number 10, the $150,000 Forever Together Stakes for fillies and mares. Bet the card with a DRF Bets account. You won't be sorry. You get a 300% deposit match when you sign up at bets.drf.com. Let's meet the fillies and mares entered in the Forever Together, going a mile and a 16th on the outer turf as race number 10. La Moneda, Mike, is the 2-to-1 morning line favorite. She is the deserving 2-to-1 morning line favorite. She had a 4-race win streak snapped last time out by 55. A New York bred that you could argue is listed grade 3 type and was probably just better than La Moneda on the day. La Moneda was kind of tracking 3 wide throughout. It was her usual solid performance.
Yeah, I mean, she ran fine last time. Certainly nothing to complain about if you like her because, you know, she'd won her prior 4 starts on turf and she showed up and ran last time. It just turns out that 55 is a little bit better than her, most likely. There's nothing wrong with the race La Moneda ran, though. I think she probably is the right horse to beat in this race. I don't have any real knocks on her. Of course, I'm definitely using in the pick 4, but I'll take a little shot against her in this race.
Let's talk a little bit about the number 4, Bella Vey. And this is a filly that always showed some talent for Jimmy Toner, multiple stakes winner for the Toner barn. In the January 2018 Keeneland sale, she sold for $485,000. And these new connections have really taken their time. They could have retired her. She's valuable as a broodmare prospect. Instead, they waited 11 months, and they rewarded her. She rewarded their patience with a really nice win last time out for Todd.
Yeah, I agree with that. I mean, I really feel like she took a big step forward in her first start for her new connections. Got a really good trip in that race, but she traveled strongly right from the start of that race, and then closed down a horse who's in really good form right now, Dolce Lily. So I liked that performance from her. Obviously, it's a new buyer top, a filly who was listed stakes quality as a 3-year-old. Wasn't quite that good, but she was always okay. She took a big step forward last time. I think she's super dangerous in here.
Let's take a look at the Timeform US pace projector for this race. They're going to have the number 6, Conquest Hard Candy, out there on the lead. And when Conquest Hard Candy gets the lead, she's dangerous, as we saw 3 starts back at Saratoga, as we've seen earlier in her career. When she faces a little bit of pressure, it's a different story. And I wonder if this time, Mike, the number 7, Lady Joan's going to be a little bit more aggressively ridden by Luis Saez, because Lady Joan came into her own at Saratoga when being aggressively ridden, and last time out she kind of conceded.
Yeah, I agree with that. I feel like in a lot of ways the race 2 back for Lady Joan, the Hettinger, she ran a deceptively good race in there when they were aggressive with her. I understand what they were doing last time, try to do it a different way. She actually got an okay trip in that race, but she just didn't run her best. I feel like she's better when they're aggressive with her. I think you're right. I think they'll do that with her in this spot.
Dolce Lily also has speed. I think she will work out that pocket trip that Timeform US has plotted for her. Her race 2 starts back was good over yielding going. The turf course probably won't be yielding, but there'll be a little bit of moisture in it this time of the year in New York. Last time out, no match for Bella Vey, going a mile. Maybe a mile and a 16th is slightly better for her.
Yeah, I don't have any knocks on her current form, Dan. She's obviously just run one sort of good race after another this year for Bill, not even though she's only 1 for 6. I just don't know how you really take her in this race over Bella Vey's after that race last time. I mean, she got a really good trip. She had first run on Bella Vey's in there, and she just wasn't really any match for her in the late stages of that race. I respect her in this race. I think she'll get a good trip and run again. I just don't think I could take her in this race with Bella Vey's back in here.
Another horse the Timeform US has up close to the pace is the first-time turf runner, the number 2, Ready to Confess. This is a very nice mare. She's done some good work on the dirt. She's banked over $368,000. She's got a big turf pedigree, which means it's kind of odd for me that she's making her turf debut in the winter of her 5-year-old campaign, basically. I mean, her Damn Confessional was a grade 1 winner on the dirt, but she also went 8 for 12 on the lawn and was a multiple grade 3 winner on that surface.
Yeah, I mean, I guess that's the only thing not to like about her, right? I mean, what took them so long to try turf with her? I realized that she's been a good dirt horse from day one. So, you know, that's where most of the money is. I guess you don't really want to switch, but I would have thought they would have tried her on it before now. I don't like that they're doing it right before she turns 6 off of a very poor performance. But if she takes the turf, I don't see how she's not a contender again.
Is the class relief just what the doctor ordered for the number 9 special event, 6-1 on the morning line? Jose Lezcano, Shug McGahee. She's competed in 3 graded stakes races recently, all at Monmouth, all beaten by Chad Brown trained runners. Wasn't embarrassed in any of those races. And listen, she's done some good things in her career for Shug, and we know the Shug MO. They get better as they get older.
Yeah, I mean, maybe that's all it's going to take, a little class relief. I can't say that I'm, thrilled with any of her turf races necessarily. I think she's obviously fine on it, but I don't think she stands out in any way in this race. I don't really see her, getting some kind of perfect trip, like right up on the lead in this race either. I guess she could win. She's a fair price. I didn't like her that much.
I don't mind her cutting back to a mile and a 16th. I wonder if the coupling of the mile and an eighth and that tough competition was too much for her in her last 2. Finished right behind Bishop's Pond, who we've talked about. She came back to win a stake on the dirt at Delaware with an 85. Bombshell is our formulator fact horse for trainer Arnaud de la Cour. Over the past 5 years, with older last out winners on the turf coming off a 2 to 4 month layoff, we've got 36% winners, 8 of 11 on the board, a 368 ROI. This mare was favored, was supposed to win last time out at Delaware, and just had a really nice inside trip.
Yeah, a lot of things went well for her last time, but she is 2 for 3 for this trainer and 2 for 3 since they switched her to turf, so that's a good thing. She's just facing some better horses this time, and she'd like to improve the limits.
Let's talk about Lift Up. And you know Lift Up is one of my favorites. I made her an out-of-the-gate horse watch after her win in the Miss Liberty Stakes, where she overcame a little bit of trouble and then blasted home. And since then, kind of fits and starts and a kind of tough beats in her last 2, both over the Tapeta surface, one at Presque Isle, one at Woodbine. Last time I liked the run she put in because there was no pace whatsoever, but maybe that's the kind of filly she is at this point, especially from this outside post position.
Yeah, it could be. I'm with you, though. I thought she ran well last time. She's in her first 5 career turf starts, so that she'll handle this switch back to turf in here. I feel like the race should set up okay for her. I don't think they're going to be walking on the front end, so maybe she'll get something to run at in here. She's a great price on the morning line.
Let's talk about our top selections for this race. We haven't talked about Chad yet. And you're getting Chad at 8-1 on the morning line with the number 5 Pen Jade. And I think Chad's had problems getting her back to the races. It looked like she was putting it all together when she won this race in 2017, but it took her 8 months to get back to the races, then another 2 months. And I just have a feeling that now this is the first time in a long time she's got back-to-back races. Maybe Chad's got her cranked again.
Yeah, I like those things about her. I don't know what took them so long to get her back to the races, but it's just sort of interesting because he did get her good last year. She won 4 of 6. The race at Saratoga off the layoff, I mean, I would just almost give her a complete pass for that race. A little bit of a stumble at the start. Javier Castellano rode her that day, very conservative, didn't really ask until they got into the stretch, and then she got into a little bit of traffic. She actually ran deceptively well, I thought. And last time, I mean, I don't know, what trip did she really have in there? I mean, what chance did she really have? Just sort of sitting back last. I really think she was running at the end of that race. I think there's a real chance she turns the tables on the horses that finished in front of her in that spot.
And I like her getting back to a mile and a 16th as well. You like Pen Jade. Who else do you use in the anchor leg of this all-stakes pick 4?
I'm using Pen Jade with the 3 and the 4. La Moneda I'm definitely using, and Bella Vase I was taking with her last race. I'm going to use her as well.
La Moneda is very, very consistent. It remains to be seen if she really handles turf with a little bit or a lot of give in it, but I just think her overall consistency makes her the horse to beat. I use her with Bellevay. I like the performance from Pletcher last time out. I like the patience these connections have shown. 3-4-1-5 for me in the Forever Together. The final race on a nice Aqueduct card on Friday. We hope you play it with a DRF Bets account. You get a 300% deposit match when you sign up at bets.drf.com. An approximate post time for the Forever Together. 4:20 Eastern. Good luck.